An exclusive follow-up story. Western Mass News first introduced you to Layla Cruz, a Springfield baby that was in need of a liver a year ago.
And now, a year and a half old, Layla and her new liver are doing well, and that's all thanks to her donor, a woman from Maine. We're getting answers on how the two were brought together and the life-changing journey now ahead.
I was so nervous because, you know, a piece of me will always be with Layla now.
In March of 2022, Layla Cruz was put on the transplant list for a new liver. At just 2 months old, she was diagnosed with biliary atresia, a rare liver disease that left her in desperate need of a transplant. Over 1,000 people applied to be Layla's match, and in July of last year, the family got the call they had long been waiting for. They found a match. But what Layla's mom, Brianna, and the rest of the family didn't know at the time was who was on the other end of the call.
I was really hoping that somehow, some way, they would find a way to allow us to come in contact with each other.
About 200 miles away in Maine, Jen registered to be a liver donor when she found what her cousin's son, also diagnosed with biliary atresia, was looking for a match. While she wasn't the chosen donor for him, she still wanted to continue with the process.
I was very stern on sticking with the child, because that was what I started my process for, and I just had it on my heart. They called me and said they had a baby waiting at Children's. I didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, and they said, you know, can you come down here ASAP?
The hospital's policy requires both the donor and the recipient to be anonymous to one another, but they're given the opportunity to write a letter to each other that the hospital will then pass on after the transplant. Both Jen and Brianna jumped at the chance to connect.
I wrote a letter to Brianna and the family, and I passed it in, and they read it and approved it and sent it through Children's Hospital. And I left it at that, and I was like, I did it in recovery when I was by myself and I had the right words to say.
I wasn't able to write her letter until I got hers. It was her letter that truly helped me open and be able to express, because how do you thank a person for saving your child's life? I mean, there's really not enough words to be able to do that, so it was really difficult.
We were sitting in traffic on 128 when I finally read the letter, but I was about to throw this envelope away at the hospital, and inside was a little card. I don't know if it was left in there, miraculously on purpose from our doctors, but it said, to the donor of baby Cruz.
And it was that response that sent Jen on the search to find out who baby Cruz was. That's when she came across the Facebook page, Layla Strong.
I saw a couple news things that you guys did, and I was crying oh my gosh, this baby had 1,000 people come forward and get tested, and I couldn't believe that I was a match. It was just a miracle for me.
The two then began exchanging messages, which shortly turned into a conversation about meeting in person.
Her dad and I were let's go to Maine. Let's just go out to Maine.
I just couldn't stop staring at Layla the whole night, her eyes and her mouth and her expressions. And I pray for her every night that she's just going to grow strong and big and continue to succeed in life. And I know she's going to.
It's a choice Jen says she would make again.
Looking back on it, it's something that I would do all over again. And like I said, it was meant to be Layla. You know, I got the opportunity to start for one family, but 2 babies were saved just because my answer was, yes, I want to do this. I saved a child's life.
And Brianna says it's a gift she can never pay back after seeing the growth in her daughter, who spent the first year of her life so sick.
I sit so many days and I think of how to say thank you, how to express what this woman did for us, and I just don't know how. I don't know how to put it into words. I don't know how to say thank you. I don't know how to, just show my appreciation towards her. I don't know what to do, because she saved my kid. My daughter is here. My daughter is a normal skin color. She's huge. I mean, she's heavy. She's developing.
And the two families were actually reunited again this weekend. This time, Jen made the trip out here to Springfield, excited to spend more time together with Layla. You can see them there. They went to dinner at Red Rose. Brianna and Jen both say that this is a relationship that will continue for many years to come.
That's an amazing story
That's
right
a
there.
great
Love
story.
that.
So happy to see her healthy and happy.